There are wizards so powerful that just the mention of their name sends chills down your spine. Wizards who have become legends over the centuries. I present to you the 10 most powerful wizards to ever walk the earth. In 10th place, we have the boy who lived himself, Harry Potter. I know what you're thinking, but hear me out before you scroll away. Harry isn't here because he has the greatest raw talent in the wizarding world. He's here for something far rarer. He earned 7 OWLs while being hunted by the most dangerous dark wizard of all time. He defeated a basilisk at 12, produced a full Patronus at 13, something many adult wizards can't even do. At 14, he became Triwizard Champion, dueled the Dark Lord himself, and lived to tell the tale. He survived 3 brutal years leading up to the Battle of Hogwarts, and survived that battle as well. And you might be wondering why I didn't include Hermione. Well, Hermione had her books and her brilliance, but in a duel, she wouldn't be able to defeat Harry. It's no coincidence that Dumbledore's army was founded by her, yet she chose Harry as the one to teach it. Harry wasn't the most powerful, but his ability to survive and the speed at which he mastered defense against the dark arts were truly remarkable. In 9th place, we have the witch who kept Hogwarts standing when everything else was falling apart, Professor Minerva McGonagall. McGonagall is one of the most complete witches in modern wizarding history. She is a registered animagus, a master of transfiguration, and widely regarded as one of the greatest in the field, which is a powerful advantage in a duel. Just look at her duel with Snape, where she conjures a torch that transforms into a massive black serpent to attack him, and then follows it up with a swarm of daggers. In this area, I'd say only Dumbledore surpassed her, as he taught transfiguration at Hogwarts for many years. On top of that, she was the one left in charge of the greatest school of magic in the world whenever Dumbledore was absent, and she is, to this day, the headmistress of Hogwarts. In my view, she deserves this position, and could rank even higher if we had seen her in more duels. In 8th place, Severus Snape. Say what you will about him, but Snape was undoubtedly one of the most talented wizards of his generation. He was creating his own spells and brewing his own potion formulas while still a student at Hogwarts. He mastered occlumency to such an extent that he was able to deceive Voldemort himself, the most powerful legilimens alive. Think about that for a moment. Voldemort could penetrate almost any mind he wished, and Snape kept his secrets hidden for years. He was a potions master, a skilled duelist, and could even fly without a broom, something only he and Voldemort were known to do in the books. And more than that, according to Sirius Black himself, Snape knew more curses when he arrived at Hogwarts than half the 7th years. Some call him a villain, others, a hero. But it's undeniable that he was one of the most underrated wizards in history. In 7th place, and this one might surprise you, Newt Scamander. I know. Newt, the awkward magizoologist? Hear me out, because this ranking is very intentional. In a direct duel, Newt would probably lose to McGonagall, Snape, and maybe even Harry. But power isn't just about what you can do with a wand. It's also about what you can control. Inside Newt's case lives one of the most dangerous creatures in the entire wizarding world, the Nundu. A creature so deadly it has never been defeated by fewer than 100 wizards working together. Just to put that into perspective, during the Triwizard Tournament, each dragon was handled by only 10 wizards. And yes, he does use them. He used his creatures to help erase the memory of an entire city in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and he also used a swooping evil to escape the magical Congress of the United States of America. Dumbledore himself used Fawkes, the Phoenix, during his legendary duel with Voldemort at the Ministry of Magic. If using magical creatures is valid for the greatest wizard of all time, then Newt, with an entire army inside his case, is not someone you'd want to face. He could easily rank even higher on this list. And honestly, maybe he should. In sixth place, we travel back to ancient Greece and meet someone most casual Harry Potter fans have never even heard of, Herpo the Fowl. This man is responsible for two of the darkest creations in magical history. He was the first wizard to breed a basilisk, a creature so lethal that its gaze kills instantly, and he controlled it using Parseltongue, the rare ability to speak to snakes. But that's not even the most terrifying part. Herpo the Fowl was also the first wizard in history to create a Horcrux, splitting his own soul through murder and sealing it inside an object to achieve immortality. The magic Voldemort would use centuries later to terrorize the wizarding world? He learned it from Herpo, the one who created it, which makes him even more terrifying. And here's the disturbing detail. We don't know if Herpo ever truly died. His Horcrux was never confirmed destroyed. He could still be out there, somewhere, wandering. That legacy alone secures his place on this list. In fifth place, we're not giving you one wizard, we're giving you four. Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, Salazar Slytherin. Professor Binns himself described them as the four greatest witches and wizards of their age. Together, they built Hogwarts from the ground up, a castle filled with moving staircases, enchanted ceilings, living portraits, magical barriers, and protections that have endured for over 1,000 years. Gryffindor was considered one of the finest duelists of his time, and his enchanted sword still presents itself to true Gryffindors a millennium later. Slytherin was a master of legilimency and the dark arts, a Parselmouth who built a hidden chamber within Hogwarts that remained undiscovered for 1,000 years, and left a basilisk inside it. Ravenclaw created a diadem said to grant wisdom to its wearer. And Hufflepuff's enchantments were so refined that her methods are still reflected in the workings of the Hogwarts kitchens today. All four founders were exceptionally skilled duelists and masters of ancient magic, the very kind we explore more deeply in Hogwarts Legacy. These four didn't just shape Hogwarts. They shaped the wizarding world as we know it, and they did it together. In fourth place, and speaking of Hogwarts Legacy, this one might surprise you. None other than Merlin. The chocolate frog card states it clearly, the most famous wizard of all time. Not the most famous of his era, of all time. Merlin lived in the medieval period and was likely taught by Salazar Slytherin himself. As we know, he attended Hogwarts and was sorted into Slytherin House. He became an advisor to King Arthur, a wizard whose influence reshaped the relationship between the wizarding world and the Muggle world. The highest honor a witch or wizard can receive in the modern magical world is called the Order of Merlin. He is known not only for his immense magical power, but also for his active advocacy for Muggles. His achievements went so far beyond anyone else's that, even 1,000 years after his death, his name remains the standard. Wizards swear by him in moments of disbelief. We don't have detailed records of his duels. We only know that he had a dark witch rival named Morgana Le Fay, a witch many believe to have created the killing curse. It's important to note that, in our legends, he would deserve the #1 spot. But within the Harry Potter universe, we simply don't know enough about him. We have no real accounts of his dueling ability or many of his feats. Hopefully, one day we will. But until then, we'll keep him in fourth place. In third place, the Dark Lord himself, Tom Marvolo Riddle, Lord Voldemort. Call him what you will. Voldemort was, without a doubt, the most dangerous dark wizard ever to walk the earth. He was performing magic as a child before even knowing what it was, with a natural ease rarely seen. By the time he left Hogwarts, he had already mastered branches of magic most wizards never even touch in a lifetime. One of his most remarkable feats was discovering and opening the Chamber of Secrets. Even as a student, Tom managed to locate the hidden entrance within the castle, something that had remained concealed for centuries. Even more impressively, he was able to control the basilisk that lived there, using his Parseltongue, confirming his heritage as a descendant of Salazar Slytherin. During that time, he spread terror throughout the school, attacking students without being discovered and claiming his first victim, Moaning Myrtle. Another key trait was his mastery of manipulation. Tom Riddle deceived both professors and fellow students with extreme ease. When the Chamber of Secrets was opened, he not only avoided suspicion, but also framed Hagrid, leading to his expulsion. At the same time, he maintained a flawless image, being seen as one of Hogwarts' finest students. During his school years, he also began his path toward immortality. It was there that he discovered Horcruxes, an extremely dark and forbidden branch of magic. Even at a young age, he was already intent on splitting his soul to escape death. His first murder, that of Moaning Myrtle, was used to create his first Horcrux. After that, he created another while still a student, and 5 more after leaving Hogwarts. He was a highly skilled Parselmouth, an exceptionally talented Occlumens, and widely regarded as the greatest Legilimens of all time. He achieved unsupported flight and pursued magic without limits, becoming the greatest expert in the dark arts to have ever lived. Dumbledore himself stated that he was, without question, the most dangerous wizard ever to walk the earth. But that does not necessarily make him the most powerful. So, let's move on to second place. In second place, Gellert Grindelwald. Before Voldemort, before the Death Eaters, there was Grindelwald. And in many ways, he was even more impressive. Grindelwald was a strategic genius and a spectacular duelist who, at one point, wielded the Elder Wand, the most powerful wand ever created. With it, he led a revolution that terrorized the wizarding world for decades. He was defeated by only one person in history, Albus Dumbledore. And even that duel became legendary. 2 of the greatest wizards to ever live, bound by history and emotion, finally facing each other. I consider him more powerful in a duel than Voldemort, because in Fantastic Beasts, he demonstrated this with entirely different kinds of magic. Dumbledore himself even praises Grindelwald, saying the 2 of them were exceptionally talented. What makes Grindelwald, to me, more powerful than Voldemort is his deeper understanding of magic, to the point that he was able to make the Elder Wand truly answer to him. He did not fear death and never sought immortality. Grindelwald was also a seer, capable of glimpsing fragments of the future, which alone already gives him a significant advantage in duels. Moreover, during the events of Fantastic Beasts, we see everyone saying that only Dumbledore could face him. This part leans more into interpretation, since both Voldemort and Grindelwald feared Dumbledore, but I genuinely saw more raw power in Grindelwald than in Voldemort. And, in first place, the one and only Albus Dumbledore. I think everyone saw this coming, right? Dumbledore mastered branches of magic that no other wizard of his time could even begin to approach. His most famous feat was defeating Gellert Grindelwald. Grindelwald possessed the Elder Wand, which made that duel even more extraordinary. Even so, Dumbledore emerged victorious. In the 1940s, while Grindelwald was at the height of his power, Dumbledore was also dealing with the young Tom Riddle at Hogwarts. He was the one who began to notice Riddle's dark nature and kept a close watch on his actions, even while the other greatest dark wizard of the time was still active. This shows that, in a way, Dumbledore had to contend with the 2 greatest dark figures in history. Years later, at the Ministry of Magic, he faced Voldemort directly. During their duel, Dumbledore was able to match Voldemort with apparent ease while also protecting Harry from him. Beyond that, Dumbledore was the only wizard to discover the 12 uses of dragon's blood, mastered the Elder Wand, and, aside from Harry, was the only wizard to have possessed all 3 Deathly Hallows, even if at different times. And that's just the basics about him. There's so much more we could spend hours talking about. Of course, there are many other wizards who could make this list, but unfortunately we don't know much about them, such as Emeric the Evil, Morgan Le Fay, Icarisdes, and several others. Since so little is known about them, they don't quite earn a spot just yet. But tell me, would you like a video about the 10 greatest dark wizards of all time? Then make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Nox.